Welcome back to episode 6 of Roaches podcast. We are Hannah and Ariel, the co-founders of Happy Box, and we talk all things entrepreneurship, our journey, I don't know, all the shit in the way.
All the shit that we have to go through, because if you are an entrepreneur, you're not going through it alone. We all have the same, very different challenges, but the same sort of, like we're faced with challenges every single day. And just kind of survival is like what we preach.
Our mantra.
What we preach here at the Church of Roaches.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
I would not want to go to
a Church of Roaches.
Honestly, anything with any sort of roaches. I think roaches are worse than mice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of people would not agree with you.
Yeah. No. I'm doubling down. That's disgusting.
Do you want to hear a funny off-topic story about mice?
Okay.
So we live in a city, both of us, separately, a couple blocks away. I currently have a mouse or mice.
It's winter.
But I lived in Manhattan. I went to school, art school in Parsons School of Design. So I am familiar with mice. I'm more familiar. We get it. We get each other.
Yeah.
A roach? Absolutely not.
Ugh.
Mice? I know.
Yeah.
My mom used to call them Mickeys.
Ugh.
She's like, oh, is Mickey coming?
I firmly believe, and I will stand by this, nothing on this earth should have more than 4 legs. That's how I feel.
Mice have 4 legs, huh?
They shouldn't have more than 4 legs. Don't roach them more.
Okay, I see your point now.
Ugh.
Okay.
No, dogs, beautiful. Love dogs. 4 legs, fine. Spider? No. Couple on the team.
So this is my favorite story from my husband very recently. So we had this mouse or mice. He's convinced it was one mouse because we put out traps, caught a mouse, he threw them all away.
Wait,
if
what?
you know anything about mice, there's not just one. We caught one mouse, which there's never just one mouse.
There's never one.
And he threw all the mouse traps away. He said, we got him. We got him. We got the mouse.
Oh, he's from
mouse
Iowa.
Is done. He's from Iowa.
But they have mice.
He's a country
Don't they have barn mice?
Barn mice? They have barn mice in Iowa. So, but they just live among them. No.
They have cats though.
Yeah, everyone has like a barn. There are barn cats. Yes, or farm cats.
We don't have city mice cats.
No, we do not have cats or dogs, but we do have mice. Anyway, that was just goes to show you the problem solving skills. Maybe not his forte when it comes to mice specifically. He would agree with me on that. But when you're an entrepreneur, there's tons of problem solving that we have to do.
Yes.
Right? All the time. Tons of mice that we need to not just set one trap, set 5,000. So I would say my question for today is, how do you prepare yourself for the challenges that you face as an entrepreneur? How could you possibly? Or can you not? And you just have to be
I think it's a mix
resilient.
of both as a planner by nature. It's a mix of both. You do have to think about what could go wrong. With everything we do, we have to think about what could go wrong. What are we trying to achieve and what could go wrong in that way? And then do our best to prepare for that, right?
Set the traps.
Yeah, set the traps. Understand that you're going to need some traps.
And when one goes away, that doesn't mean it's gone forever.
No.
Josh.
But then don't be surprised when things don't go right, because that is I feel like that's an obvious thing to say, but do not be surprised because things will go off the rails. And if you're not prepared, look, you're not going to be prepared for some of it, but if you're prepared for a little bit of it, it helps lessen the blow a little
Here's
bit.
a great example. We have a beautiful corporate process that we have created where, internally we approve boxes and gifts, and externally we send images to clients.
And these are corporate gifting clients.
Corporate gifting clients who spend sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars with us and just, want to get some great gifts for their employees, their clients. We do a lot of amazing client gifting because we're creatively backed, so we can really help people stand out. So they love that. A particular order from a huge client, but it was a tiny baby order. Honestly, super, super small, 25 to 50 boxes.
But big brand.
Huge brand, tiny little order, which was totally fine. It just didn't fall under our specific process for the size of the particular campaign, if that makes sense. And so it slipped through the cracks. So we literally have this gorgeous process that we're all right, invoice going to be itemized. The final presentation going to be sent to client for approval. It's going to go through this system. Photo approval in the warehouse, everything. We have this gorgeous process. No one followed it. Not one person on our team followed it. And, human error happens, processes help, but it's going to happen where there's a big fuck up, honestly. And I think what we did really well, and this is what I would encourage everyone to think about, is taking ownership of that mistake. we call it eating shit at Happy Box. We eat shit with the client, which is what we do. It's about being accountable. They come to us for a service. We don't fulfill that service. We have to eat shit, and it's our fault.
We don't make excuses.
We don't blame it on the client. We don't blame it on outside, anything. It's our fault. They came to us for a service. It wasn't, it didn't happen in this one particular instance. 99.9% of the time happens, but
and how did they react? They reacted nicely.
They were so appreciative that we owned it. They were like, they literally said we're going to get more business because of how we handled that response.
Yeah, well, I mean, in business, right? Like, you want a partner. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's you're doing gifting or it doesn't matter. Any kind of partnership. You want someone who's going to be transparent and accountable, because that's all you can ask for. I mean, things are going to go wrong. Like,
100%.
Things outside of our control are going to go wrong,
and they even said that. Like, that client emailed and they said, we fully understand human error, and we just appreciate your not only urgency to finding out what happened in this matter, because I was like, what the fuck happened? Because we have all these systems in place. But they were like, we just, we don't really have a lot of partners like you who are extremely accountable for what happened. Yeah. And they were just so appreciative. So I think, look, you're going to make 1,000 mistakes. You're going to set the traps. You're going to try and catch all the mice. You're going to try as best you can, but little Mickeys will scurry around those fucking traps, and they will, they're going to be there. So you just have to be prepared. And I think as a business, we have a responsibility to our clients as well. And I think that is something we really take seriously at Happy Box. And I would really encourage, because you will be met with understanding. If you can take responsibility, if you can be accountable for your actions, accountable for your part in this, you will be met with and we saw it with customer service too.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, one of our mentors early on said, there's a point in your business where you can still be really good at like talking to your customers, understanding your client feedback, and communicating with your clients. There's a point where you're going to grow, and you're not going to be able to do that at such scale, especially the founders, right? Like, we're very involved in our business because we really, one, care deeply about it, and because we've built a business that is honestly largely service based on our corporate gifting side. But our mentor said there's going to be a point where you're not going to be able to scale that as well. Right now, while you can do it as much as you can, because you're going to learn so much about those processes, about how to deal with issues. Yep. So that was a really interesting, and he said the same thing about employees too. Once you hit over 10 employees, your culture kind of changes.
Yeah,
There's
we've
a shift,
seen that.
And we have seen that too when we've had plus or minus. So just really interesting. When you're small enough, learn, make those processes, but you're always gonna have mice.
Mice will be there. Don't throw away the traps.
Okay, so I have like kind of a fun question.
Okay.
So we've faced a lot.
Should I be nervous or?
No, it's gonna be like fun.
Okay.
What is like some fun shit that's happened to us, and some funny or fun fails that have happened to us? Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily business related. I'm gonna give you some examples. I have now 2 times, this is first baby, but 2 times I have spilled breast milk on my computer and completely roasted my computer in our Happy Box life. And that's because I was pumping at the warehouse, so there's like reasons behind it. But so that happens. That's like a fail that's like now funny, was not so funny at the time. Do you have one?
A funny fail.
I'll give you another one. This one's a fun one.
You keep going.
This is a fun one. It could be a funny moment too.
I can't. Do you have one for me?
Well, I have one that happened to both of us really early on.
Okay.
We had just started the business. We had just printed 200 wine glasses that said the word fiance on them, spelled like Beyonce. And within days, a day or two, maybe 48 hours. It might have been 48 hours. We got a cease and desist from Beyonce Knowles' attorney. So that was cool.
That was really fun.
Had to not sell those anymore.
And then we just had them in the basement forever.
Yeah. She trademarked the word fiance spelled like Beyonce.
Feyonce.
Who knew? Who knew?
Anyone who could have Googled that.
But like,
a trademark search would have been very helpful.
Trademark search. We should have. But going
so that's
forward.
a funny fail.
Yeah. Going forward, we do trademark search everything.
I don't know if I have a funny fail. I mean, I fail all the time. It's not very funny when I'm failing.
What about like a funny moment?
We just, honestly, I'm so successful that I don't know. I just have so many successes.
Okay, well, a really fun moment was the Inc. 5000 reveal.
Oh, that was fun.
Which I regret not filming, because that would have been so cool. We were named 53 on the Inc. 5000, and like you should have seen our jaws drop. That was cool.
So we're named the 53rd fastest growing company in America in 2022, which is incredible. And so that year actually was, this might have been, this, oof. Okay, I'll take this one because this is kind of a fail, but kind of nice. That was like the hardest year at Happy Box, but hands down. It was, we were challenged in ways that we had never been challenged before. It was really eye-opening.
It's like a shitstorm of everything.
Yeah.
Went wrong that year.
Literally everything went wrong. And we got this notification that we made the Inc. 5000 list, and we were like, all right, that's like that's insane. It's like the least of our concerns right now. Like we weren't thinking about, they're like, are you coming to the gala? And
we were like trembling.
No,
with,
we
like fear that we were going to like lose the business.
Yes. As all entrepreneurs do in one time or another, right? So anyway, we like got this notification and it was like, tune in to this, like press this button and you know, it's going to show you, reveal your number. And it's this beautiful thing. They did this gorgeous animation where it's like, and we see the numbers keep going down and down. We're like, wait a minute.
I thought we were going to be like 3,000. Like I thought we were going to be like,
I mean, our
3,000.
growth, like you can look it up. Our growth is like over 6,000%.
Yes.
So that is like pretty high.
But like,
just like for context though, most companies aim for 2% growth.
Yes. But if you think about like the fastest growing tech, like I would think that we wouldn't fall.
Well, we beat them all. So we were the 53rd fastest growing company. And the reaction that we had was utter disbelief. Like we were like literally jaw dropping. I think that's the one time in my life I've been utterly shocked. Like when my husband proposed, I knew. But like like when
that's
we
true.
made
that
the
Inc.
5,000, I was like, are you kidding me?
Also my little like MBA heart. Like I like have dreamed about this.
I have never dreamed about this.
This is something I have always like. It's a weird thing because you kind of feel like you've sort of manifested it, but like it was not manifestation; it was fucking hard work. But like I always like was like, oh, one day.
But also to hear it in the moment where you were at your lowest in business is a unique little
bittersweet.
It was terrible, but it was also so empowering and so like we have come really far and we can make it, and now we're honestly I think we're like back on top, which is really great. But I mean, that moment was definitely a weird thing. And also to inform your team after you've like missed every projection that don't worry, we've made the Inc. 5000 list was very uncomfortable.
And we even emailed people we had let go.
Yeah, we had to let people go.
And we said, look, we could not have done this without you.
Yeah.
And it was
they were not happy.
No, some were very
nice.
really well received and understood, and some people didn't, which I really understand too. So, yeah, I mean, those are some good memories at Happy Box.
The memories of being I mean, and that was only like 3 years ago.
Drop in the bucket of all the things.
I know. All right, so let's think about the win of the week then.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna keep it really on top. I think that client response, huge client, like huge.
Bad mess up, but
really
great solution, resolution, great communication, great feedback.
Yeah, and I think our team was really responsive to like why we have processes at all, like why we do that. I think it became really clear, and I think it can be really hard to hear feedback. I think that is, I think that's human nature. You don't really want to hear what you're fucking up or like how you've messed up. And of course, like, I think it's also really important as a business owner, like, and I feel this really strongly. I know you do too, but like, I don't actually care about the fuck up. Because human nature, like human error happens. It's gonna happen. You're gonna make a mistake. Like we know that. That's like totally fine. It's about how we can sort of try and prevent it moving forward, and that's where the processes come in.
And that goes where the planning versus shit going wrong. Like you're gonna plan as much as you can, but every mistake you want to like at least
you just have to fix it. Be accountable. Be responsible. I think that is like my biggest pet peeve with employees when they're not ownable, responsible, accountable for like. They're like, this is my fault. I fucked up. Like, I need that. And then I can be like, okay, you understand. Like, you understand. And I understand. Yeah. Because you're a human being and we employ humans. You know, it's not, 2035 where we are just AI based, which is coming soon. No, I'm kidding. But essentially, like, people are going to fuck up. You have to, of course, approach people with grace. Know that it's going to happen. Own your shit. Everyone has to own their shit and make a process a little tighter to try and catch those Mickeys as best you can. Yeah. Also, isn't a Mickey a drug?
I don't know.
We don't do drugs here.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for joining us on Roaches.
Well, if you have any questions, we get a lot of just like commonly asked questions. That's how we're sourcing these questions, from DMs, from emails, from other entrepreneurs, or a lot of people trying to start their own business. So if you do have a question about starting your own business or what it's like, or just a question about us and our journey, we're happy to answer it. So just DM us at Happy Box.